Well, welcome to the opportunity. Just want to take a few minutes just to kind of share what we're all about here, and thanks for taking the time to check us out. And what we want to do in this first little section here is talk about and get a better understanding about what financial freedom is. So I want to start really by asking a rhetorical question, and that is, when you subtract out sleeping time, commuting time, and working time along with other commitments, most people have less than 2 hours per day to do what they really want to do. What do they really want to do? Well, if you're like me, you want to spend more time with your family and friends. You probably want to give more time to maybe a charity or to your church. I know myself, I'd love to take more vacation time. But you know what I found in most cases, if people actually take the extra time for themselves to do these things, it really comes at a cost of a loss of income. Because when you stop working, you stop getting paid. So that brings us to the next issue, and that is the issue of time and money. And let me ask you a question again. If person A earns $120,000 per year and person B earns $100,000 a year, who earns more money? You're probably very quick to say, well, obviously person A making $20,000 a year more. But here's the facts. Person A works 50 hours per week, but person B only works 5 hours a week. Person A is making $46.15 an hour when person B is earning $384.62 per hour. Where income is really a function of time and money. And time, if you ask me, you'd probably say the same thing, is more important than money, because lost time can never be replaced. And so the goal then is to make the most money possible with the least time required. To do that, there's two keys involved. And the first key to that, to financial freedom, is called leverage. And the people with the most freedom in the world have other people's time or money working for them. It's a change of mindset to get to that place. And no matter how motivated you are, no matter how motivated anybody is, you can never work 25 hours a day. The second key to financial freedom is called residual income. You may or may not have ever heard of that word before, but residual income is money earned for a long time after the work is actually completed. For example, an author who writes a book did it once, but continues to earn income. Actors and singers, same thing. Royalties continue to come in. Real estate rentals. If you own a property, if the tenants continue to pay, the money continues to come in. Another way is through what is called interest income. So if you had large amounts of money in the bank, or even small, you're making some kind of an interest on that. But as the chart here says, at 6% income, in order to create a $5,000 a month interest, it'd be nice to have $5,000 coming in a month, you would need $1 million in the bank. That's a lot of money. So the question then is, if you don't have millions in the bank, if you don't have real estate rentals, or if you don't have a singing or acting career, how can you begin to take control of your life through financial freedom in regards to residual income? Well, the answer is network marketing. Network marketing is actually the best, most cost-effective option for most people interested in building a residual income producing asset. And at this point, you may know little about what network marketing is, or you might have been persuaded by other people to know what they think it is. But even if you think you're familiar, many things that you think you know are probably not completely accurate. And that's because most people, a lot of people in network marketing, don't do it correctly. So we're going to talk a little bit about the facts when it comes to network marketing. And it's important, though, that for you to know that this presentation is not an attempt in any way to convince you to do network marketing. This presentation is entirely educational. What we want to do is give you enough information so you can make a healthy decision. So if you were sent here by someone to learn about these principles, to watch this video, please understand that it's because they felt and we feel that you can actually benefit from gaining this information. So first of all, professional network marketers do not convince nor sell anyone into their business. It would to do so would be like convincing someone to join some kind of a sports team, like a hockey team or a football team. You may convince them to do so, but are they going to be able to play very well? I don't think so. So we're not here to convince or sell you. We want to give you information. So let us begin by really talking about three really marketing methods in our marketplace of bringing a product to the marketplace. The first is retail. We're all very familiar with retail. A grocery store, department store, drugstore, other kinds of stores, sports stores, example. So you go into the store, you purchase a product, you may even purchase a service, but that income that is generated is not a residual income. It was a one-time purchase, a one-time income. Next would be direct sales. You know, we've all had people come door to door to our homes, wanting to sell vacuums or lawn care, that kind of thing, maybe through mail order. And this too is not a residual income. But then we come to network marketing, the third way of bringing a product to a marketplace. And first of all, network marketing should never be confused with direct sales, as it often is. But if it's done correctly, there's really no sales involved. And we'll talk about that as we talk about in this presentation. So network marketing then is not a second job, but more like a rental property, working towards getting that residual income. But it is built part-time by most distributors, and a lot of distributors then end up being full-time. So network marketing, multi-level marketing, marketing is moving a good or a product or service from the manufacturer to the consumer. Multi-level refers to the system then of compensation. That refers to the system of how you get paid for moving that product or service to the marketplace. In traditional marketing methods, if you had a product you want to bring to the marketplace, so traditional way of marketing that, as you know, is through television, through radio, through billboards, salespeople, and can cost large amounts of money. But network marketing companies simply redirect that compensation from these traditional methods to independent distributors. And there are large companies that actually pay millions and billions of dollars in advertising. Instead of doing that, they put it into the compensation package for the independent distributors to gain from. When it comes to legality about network marketing should not be confused with, and it often is, with illegal pyramid schemes, illegal pyramid sales. The key distinction here between network marketing and these pyramid sales is that network marketing has a real product that is moving into the marketplace. And all reputable network marketing companies have in fact a product with market receptivity, a product that people want moving into that marketplace, and they are 100% legal. But mind you, there are good and bad network marketing companies. There are good and bad restaurants, but just because you eat at a bad restaurant doesn't mean you write off the whole restaurant industry. Whereas in network marketing, sometimes people have gotten involved with or purchased a product and it turned out to be a bad product or a bad company. The tendency is to write them all off. But why would one really do that? And pyramid schemes are money games, and they involve really no true product or service. So just to kind of recap, the true definition of financial freedom is really having a monthly residual income to pay all your expenses, to help you work, to give you an income to help you cover your goals and your dreams in life. Financial freedom means you get to dictate where your body goes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. What an awesome concept. You get to decide. It's not your boss deciding when you can go to the bathroom. It's not your boss deciding when you can take vacation with your family. You get to decide. And yes, it is possible. To attain this type of freedom, you must use some vehicle that utilizes leverage to earn residual income. Okay, you must use some kind of vehicle to get you there. So if you don't have millions in the bank, if you don't have a rental property or an acting career or singing career, I would suggest to you that network marketing is a viable way for most people to build a large residual income stream without a large investment. We're going to look at this chart here again, the power of network marketing. How long would it take you? My question is, how long would it take you to save $1 to $3 million so you can put that in the bank and earn that residual income? Reminder, $1 million in the bank at 6% gives you $5,000. At 2%, you'd need $3 million in the bank. I don't have $1 to $3 million. You know, that takes a long time. So what do we do next then? If we want a residual income, we don't have an acting career, a singing career, rental property, how are we going to get a residual income? Well, in network marketing, what we have is a duplicatable system. And this duplicatable system is the heart of the organization. And so what you want to do is reproduce so that the next person, that when you bring them into the business, they can do exact same thing that you as well has been doing. So my question to you very quickly here is, has your interest been piqued at all by the idea of building a residual income producing asset beginning part-time? And if your answer is no, you know what, that's okay. I'm not offended. The person that directed you here will not be offended, because what we're looking for is people who are serious about building a residual income instead of keeping in this trap of J-O-B. And if you're not interested, you might know somebody who is, that you can help the friend who referred you here to refer now them to this person as well. But we're hoping that your answer is yes, or at least hang with us to hear the explanation of a couple other presentations here we're going to go into very quickly. But if your answer is yes, before we actually share the actual company that we're representing, we want to teach you how the income is actually generated in network marketing. And so there's 4 other short presentations that we would invite you to continue watching so that you can get an idea where this residual income is coming from. So thanks so far for watching this, and then we'll go right into the next 4. Thanks. Alright, so very quickly, here we are in presentation number 1, and it is entitled 2 times 2 equals 4. We're going to talk very quickly here about how one earns a compensation. So a real quick idea of how you earn an income in network marketing. Unfortunately, the common misconception in network marketing is that you need to go out there and sponsor the world to make any money. But really, the true magic in earning an income in network marketing is in exponential growth and in geometric growth. And Don Faillia, who is the person who came up with these presentations, he grew a team of over 800,000 people, of which 92% of them came from only 4 personally sponsored distributors. Okay, over 800,000, 92% of them came from only 4 personally sponsored distributors. And this is how professional network marketing is done. Not going out and trying to enroll everybody and anybody. So it's not recruit, 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 but rather it's sponsor, it's teach, and teach to teach. So the money, the income, is made with the math, exponential growth and geometric growth. So let's just take, for example, you sponsor 2 and teach those 2. So if you sponsored only 2 people in the whole world and taught them to do the same thing, so 2 times 2 is 4, Those 4 each go out and get 2 people is 8. They go out and get 2 people, that's 16. And if you keep going, times 2 is 32. Keep going is 64. The geometric growth comes from, what if you just did 1 more? If everybody just did 1 more. So instead of me going out and enrolling 2, I go out and I enroll, I sponsor 3. And those 3 get 3, which are 9. And those 3 get 3, which is 27. And those 3 each find 3 is 81. You can see by the graph here that the difference now is 65 distributors. But how many did you have to go out and get personally? Well, just 1 more than the original 2. How about 2 more? If each did 4, and you can notice the profound difference in the total numbers here. Remember, you only found 4, not 200. Yet your pay, your income in network marketing is based on your entire group's number, volume. So here, 4 by 4 is 16, by 4 is 64, by 4 is 256. 240 more than in the illustration of just 2 by 2. But one step further, 5 distributors each. Okay, this is a large difference as you can see the numbers. 5 by 5, 25, by 5 is 125, by 5 is 625, and you add them all up on those levels, 780 distributors. And if each one of those distributors only found 10 customers to consume our product, 7,800 customers on top of the 780 distributors. And this is just teaching duplication. As we mentioned in the introduction, you duplicate and you duplicate. So never more than 5 at a time. Most amateur network marketers try and sponsor 100 people, and they never understand the true success formula, which is work with 5 people at once. All right. Once you've taken those 5 people to 3 levels of duplication, we'll show you that in a second. Then those 5 people become self-sufficient, and only then do you go out and find a new distributor to replace the one who is 3 levels deep. So the key here to success is duplication. Duplication, duplication. It's not recruit, 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 and sales and recruit. So don't sell, don't twist arms. We want to sponsor, teach, and teach to teach. So that brings us now to presentation number 2, which is called Salesman Failure Syndrome. And the question here is, well, why do salesmen fail at multi-level marketing? You know what? I would rather sponsor 10 teachers than 10 salesmen, unless the salespeople understood these presentations completely. Because remember, as we've already said, network marketing is not about direct sales nor door-to-door sales. And salesmen, they can run out and sell 10 people per day, but we are not in the sales business. So by looking at our picture here, this is the salesman mentality. Most salespeople think that if they go out there and they sponsor 1 person into the business, then they think they've duplicated their efforts. Sounds logical, but really this is incorrect. So if the person represented by the top circle here, being you, went away, the sponsored individual that's below you would also go away. There's nobody there to teach, to train, to motivate, to encourage. And so the truth is, to have true duplication, you must be 3 levels deep. And so in this example, if you are on the top, you need to teach Tom how to teach Carol how to sponsor Betty. Duplication. It's not just enrolling somebody and saying go out there and find people. It's locking arms together, as it were, and working together as a team. So it has to be duplication. Where the super salesman, he's a closer. He knows how to close people. He knows how to sell the product. And he could go out and sell 3 to 5 people per week into the business. But then what happens? Well, he could get, let's say, 15 people, and the first 3 to 5 will drop out because they're not super salespeople like the person who brought them into the business. They can't duplicate that. And another reason is they're not getting any support or training. So being a super salesperson or a good public speaker or having a large sphere of influence, those things are not duplicatable. But we are here to help you to duplicate this system. So you may be saying, well, I can't create a video, or I can't stand up in front of people. That's okay. These things are put together so you can push play, you can have your upline come and do a presentation for you. This system is duplicatable. So to kind of recap this section, this business is all about this duplicatable system. It's not about sales skill. This system is duplicatable for both prospecting and training. You can use it for both. And you're not duplicated until you've gone 3 levels deep. If you have to sponsor a driven salesperson, you need to make sure that they get this training information before they start to prospect, start to go out there and do bad habits, as it were. They need to be teaching this duplicatable system. And so that brings us to presentation number 3. Right, so presentation number 3, titled 4 Things That You Have to Do. And in this presentation, we'll be discussing some things that you must do to be successful in network marketing. And everyone making over $100,000 a year or $100,000 a month in network marketing has done and continues to do these 4 things. So to talk about these 4 things, I want to use an analogy to give us a better understanding of these 4 necessary things. So imagine taking a road trip in your car. And your origin represents where you are right now, and financial freedom represents where you want to go, represents your destination. And so in this analogy, in order to get from where you are to where you want to go, you need a vehicle. The first thing you need to do is to get into your vehicle and get started. And no one's ever made any money in any company without first getting in and getting started. And so the business that you choose, this opportunity that we're presenting to you right now, is your vehicle. And your vehicle is going to cost you some money. A job doesn't cost you money. You just show up at a job and you do your time. But a business is going to cost you some money. And we're going to talk about how much that is later. But if you start any kind of a business, a cappuccino stand, you're going to need to buy some cappuccino makers. You're going to need to buy other things to make your business work. McDonald's franchise, I've been told upwards to $1.4 million. So you need to get into your vehicle and get started. The second thing you're going to need is you need to buy gas and oil for your journey from your origin to your destination. So as you travel along, you're going to burn up gas, you're going to burn up oil, you're going to need to replenish those things on your journey. So in network marketing, the oil and the gas is represented by your products that you're consuming and sharing to other people, handing out as samples. So you're going to continually replenish your oil and your gas. And then you're going to want to have to get into high gear. This is the third necessary thing to get to your destination, is to get in high gear. And nobody starts in high gear. We all start in neutral. And it's important to note here that network marketing is not an automatic vehicle. It's not like you get in the car and automatically drives you. It's a standard. It's a stick shift, right? You have to go from first gear to second, third, fourth to overdrive. And so we want to get out of neutral into high gear. So how do you do that? Well, when you sponsor someone, you're in your first gear. But to get out of first gear, you have to sponsor 5 people. Your first 5 people, the 5 first serious people. It might take you 10 or 15 to find your 5 serious people. But once you've enrolled your 5 serious people and you're teaching and training them, it then moves you to second gear. And then once you're in second gear, you're then trying to teach and train your first 5 people, to teach their next 5 people. When that happens, you move into third gear. And it continues on. So you have 5 people on your first level, then you'll get 25 people on your second level, 125 people on your third level, in a perfect world. And that puts you into third gear. Fourth gear is when those 5 get those 5 who get those 5. You understand where I'm going with this. But you want to get into overdrive. And so you know you're in overdrive when your first level people are in fourth gear, and then you have all those people in third gear, second gear, and first gear. And so when you're into high gear, it's equivalent to having 5 people on your first level, 25 people on your second, 125 on your third, 625 on your fourth, 1,025 when you're in high gear. That's 1,805 distributors. But remember that everyone only sponsored 5 each. The fourth thing that you need to do along this journey is to share your products with people that you meet along the way. Remember, we're not selling. We're sharing the products. We're helping them understand the benefit of the product, to enjoy the product. When they ask you how they can get it, then you tell them how they can get the product. But if you really want to get financial freedom that comes from helping others to join as distributors who are helping others join distributors, it's not just sharing the product. Yes, share the product along the way. So to recap, you get into your car, you get gas and oil along the way. You want to get into high gear and share your products along the way. So you're not going out there and selling people. You're using this system along with your sponsor, your upline's help, to do all the work for you. This system is a tool so that you don't need to know all the information. So basically say less to more people, pique their interest, utilize this system, and your sponsor will help you do the rest. And that's how you get along this journey. That's how you get to your destination of financial freedom. Our next presentation, number 4, is called Digging Down to Bedrock. And so that brings us to presentation 4, Digging Down to Bedrock. And what this presentation is all about is, as a distributor, you need to commit to learning. Discouragement happens to many new distributors that get involved in a company and they try to go too fast. You can't go out and cut hair, do surgery, fix a car, even ride a bike without learning really how to do those things first. And this profession of network marketing is no different. So I want to encourage you to consider your first 2 to 6 weeks in the business a training cycle. And it's getting ready to enter into your first month in the business. So commit to learning. And the analogy here is building a high-rise. And if you're like me, you've noticed that as a high-rise is being built, it takes months and months to begin to rise up above ground. There's so much work that is involved in building that foundation, and then finally once it hits ground level, it seems to go up so quickly. And so when you start to sponsor your first 5 serious people, it's like you're digging this foundation alone with a shovel. And you got this shovel, and then you start enrolling other people, and there's like 5 of you digging with this shovel, this great big hole in the ground, trying to get down to bedrock. And then when those 5 enroll those 5, though, it's like you're now digging with a bulldozer. There's more of you digging this hole. And so when you teach your 5 to teach their 5 to teach their 5, and there's 125 of you now, you begin to create major momentum. And this foundation is being built in the ground, and it's a solid foundation. And now you're beginning to see your organization being built above ground. And there's momentum now being created. And so when you go to these 3 levels deep, like we've talked about in your organization, it means you're now starting to become visible, and your building will now rise up rapidly. And since this is the case, then if you've been in the business for several months and you don't see anything happening, don't get discouraged. Go back to this and understand that the foundation is important and it's still being constructed. And in any building or any organization, you must have that solid foundation in order for that building to be solid. So work hard on this foundation. And don't be, though, like that gold prospector that spent years digging and gave up when he was only 6 inches away from the main vein. You see, depth here is the key. You're aiming for bedrock, where that solid foundation is. Remember that salesperson we were talking about before? He or she may go out and enroll 100 people or 130 people, but they're nowhere on stable ground unless he starts or she starts to build depth, and then they can begin to reach that sky. So you don't necessarily, though, need to be 3 levels deep with all 5 of your distributors. Even if you just one distributor, one leg it's called, you can go 3 levels deep, then you're well on your way to beginning to see that edifice go up above ground. And so right now we've kind of come to a crossroad. Introduction, our 4 presentations. But by now you know that financial freedom comes from residual income. Are you an artist, an author, singing, acting, real estate, property? Do you have enough money in the bank where you're getting that residual income? Well, network marketing provides the ability to produce residual income working part-time with this simple system and us working together. Network marketing is like a rental property. It's not just like getting a second job where you're trading your time for money. Network marketing is not sales, okay? Professional network marketers never sell or convince. I think I've said that enough time in this presentation. If we can do it, we can do it together as well. And we're here to lock arms and to do this together. So what is the next step? We want to show you then how to build this residual income. We want to introduce our company. We want to teach you how to build a residual income stream to help you get to financial freedom by either working full or part-time, or beginning part-time and moving up to full-time. We want to encourage you to watch our presentation now about our company, about our network marketing company, and we want to do this together. Thanks for watching, and I hope we can do this together. Well, again, I just want to kind of reiterate our next step that we're going to be sharing here together. And what I really want to show you is how to build your residual income stream to help you get to financial freedom by either working part-time or full-time, or starting part-time and then working to full-time. Entirely up to you. So first of all, we want to welcome you to Gano Life. Gano Life is the opportunity company that we want to share here with you. And so we want you to just kind of get a good handle of what Gano Life is and what we are representing as affiliates with Gano Life. And as we know, life is full of choices. And we can choose where we work, sometimes when we work, how long maybe. But life is full of all kinds of choices, where we're going to live, who we're going to marry, so on and so forth. And today in this video, we want to show you a choice that you can make and to walk away from that 40-40-40 plan of working 40 hours a week for 40 years and hoping to retire on that 40% of your salary a year. Not a very good plan. So I want to start just by asking you, do you drink coffee? Or do you know anyone who does? In fact, I didn't know this until I got involved with Gano Life, but coffee is actually only second to water of being the most consumed beverage on the planet. and second only to oil of being the most traded commodity. And what Life has done is they've combined a coffee product with the health and wellness industry. If you know anything about baby boomers, you look at what baby boomers are involved in. I'm part of that baby boomer era, and we're interested in good health. And so what we have done and what Life has done is got the coffee business, which so many people drink coffee, and have connected it with health and wellness industry, and we'll talk about that just in a second. But let me ask you a question. There's roughly estimated about 2 billion cups of coffee consumed in the world every day. What if you could actually earn 1 penny from each one of those cups? You know what? You'd actually be earning $20 million every day. And we like to say that Life is not just coffee, it's actually better. And so this is where we connect in the coffee with the health and wellness industry. And what we're doing is we're using people's habits. This is actually what we call a redirected of spending. People spend oodles and oodles of money on coffee already. So why not convert their spending to a habit that they already are involved in, and that is drinking coffee. But what Life has done is they've taken what is called Ganoderma, which is an herb, and they've enriched it in the coffee. And we could go on and on about what Ganoderma does. There's lots of studies out there to read. There's all kinds of studies out there to read. But just some basic things that it has been told that it will do for the body. As I've read, supports the immune system. It can oxygenate the body, boost energy, provides more than 200 phytonutrients, supports blood circulation, promotes cell rejuvenation, helps with detoxifying the body, supports restful sleep, so on and so on and so on. And so how can you actually enjoy these benefits? By consuming the product. All of our products have Ganoderma in it, right from, and we'll get to the products in a second, and you can consume just the raw, actually, Ganoderma itself in capsules, and we'll talk briefly about that in a minute. But kind of network marketing 101. Our products are typically, when brought into the retail marketplace, are brought into this way through the manufacturer, national distributor, regional distributor, local distributor, then retail, then we go and we purchase that. So what network marketing does, and we've kind of described a little bit about this before in the first 4 presentations too, is we cut out all the middlemen. We go right from the manufacturer, Life, right to the consumer. Each consumer who is signed up with, enrolls with Life, actually purchases the product directly from the manufacturer, which is Life, and it's delivered to you through the mail or through UPS or FedEx or whatever you choose, kind of thing. So here is a picture of all of our different products. The black coffee, just plain black, mocha, latte, 3 different kinds of cappuccinos, hazelnut, vanilla, and caramel. We now have actually a brewed coffee as well. It's called Supremo. We have a tea, red rooibos tea, which claims to have twice as many antioxidants as green tea, and promotes a very restful sleep as well. Hot chocolate. And a lot of people say, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink tea. Maybe hot chocolate would be your choice of something, which is also enriched with the Ganoderma. Then we have the Ganoderma pills, the capsules that you consume daily. We have, not in this country out of Canada, we don't have Immunolife yet. We do have the green coffee capsules, which promotes weight loss. We do have cordyceps, which promotes more energy as well. And we don't have the shampoo or conditioner here, but waiting anxiously to get that. So just a brief overview of the different products that we have here in Canada. So just and we're not going to go into great detail about how our compensation plan works and how you make money, but as this slide dictates, let's say you enroll in Life and you're on the top, as that cup of coffee indicates. And 50 PV means $50 worth of products. Okay, so you have to in order to earn an income in this company, you have to be purchasing at least $50 worth of product per month. That's your overhead. Nowhere close to what McDonald's is demanding from us. And so your goal now is to create two teams, a right team and a left team. And once you enroll your person on the right, your person on your left, each as well, purchasing $50 worth of product per month to keep them each active. And if you have your right person, your left person who are active each month, you are, as it says here, now you're qualified to earn a commission. You earn bonuses and commission, and we'll talk about that just in another slide. So this slide here shows us, again, if you're at the top and you've got your each person enrolled on the right, enrolled person on the left. If each person just did what you did, and that was enroll 2 people. I know we looked at that slide before, the 2 by 2, we went if you only just did 5 people. In this case, if each person just enrolled 2 people, you would have 64 people on your left team and 64 people on your right team, even if you took, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks to do that. If each person only enrolled 2 people, you'd have 128 people on your team, and if each person is actually purchasing $50 worth of product per month, which is, as we were saying, the bare minimum requirement, you would actually be earning, in this case, approximately $320 per month if there were 64 people on each side of your teams purchasing $50 worth of product. So that's a basic understanding of what we call our binary commission. And this slide here will show us our X packages. As you can see, it's $1,000 to get an X3, $500 to get an X2, $200 to get an X1. And at these levels, with those monies that you're spending, you actually are purchasing coffee. You're not spending money on an initiation fee. You're actually purchasing money, spending money and purchasing product. So if you enrolled as an X1, you're spending $200 plus your shipping and tax on top of that. But you're actually getting a value of product of about $251 worth of product to share, to consume, and when you have coffee breaks, people to come over and to sample it and so forth. And if you're an X1, it says there on the slide, you have a direct bonus of $25. So if you enroll somebody as an X1, then you receive $25. This is outside of that example I was just showing of the binary commission. If you enroll as an X2, you can see your direct bonus is $75. So if you enroll somebody else as an X2, then you get $75. At an X3, if you enroll somebody else as an X3, you get $150. But if you're an X3 and if you're an X1 and you enroll somebody as an X3, well, you're only entitled to $25 bonus. So who gets the $150? Your upline would receive the difference if they are actually an X2 and an X3, which is higher than yourself. So we say get in where you fit in. You can't afford the $1,000. Get in at a $200 level. You can decide to upgrade later as time goes on. You'll also notice on the right hand side of the slide it says Genesis Pack, $63. You can also get involved at a $63 level Genesis Pack. You're not entitled to earning bonuses when other people sign up, but you are entitled to a 10% binary of that other example I showed you on that other slide. So what basically are your choices then? You can choose just to consume the product if you want, by maybe talking to the person who sent you here on how to get just the products. Or as this slide says, if you want to have control over the trajectory and positive outcome of your life, it all boils down to choices. And now is the decision time. And, based on all we've shared, would you like to be a part of Gano Life? And so based on all that you've heard so far, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm not interested at all, 10 being I'm ready to get started right now, where do you find yourself on that scale? And we want to encourage you to get back to the person who sent you to this video, or maybe they've already arranged a time when they're going to be calling you, and they're going to ask you that. Based on this information, where do you find yourself on that scale? And then the conversation will take off from there. And again, as we've said before, if you're not interested at all in pursuing this opportunity further, that's fine. I do encourage you to begin to consume the product. It's a delicious product. There's all different flavors, as we saw. But it is a great way to begin to build a residual income for you and your family. Why? That 40-40-40 plan is like being stuck in the mud. I'm going to be turning 53 years old this year, and I'm seriously looking down the road at retirement. What do I have? Can I live any kind of a similar lifestyle then as I am now? If I don't do anything about my current money situation, the answer is no. So I encourage you to pursue this more. Let's, as we've said before, let's lock arms together, work together as a team, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. And we will achieve more together as we pursue this as a viable option to create and help all of us to create a residual income. Thank you so much for watching this opportunity, and we hope and desire that you will join us in this opportunity. Thanks.